What is going on, guys? Crucible here, and today we are going to be breaking down the Vegeta Daima starter deck. All of the set 4 reveals plus the starter decks have been uploaded to the Fusion World website, and so we're going to be breaking down every single card reveal that's going to be happening in these videos over the course of this weekend. We just went over the Daima Goku, and the Daima Goku looked all right. There's some stuff in there that you could probably use in other decks. But in terms of what the starter deck itself was doing by itself, like in isolation, I feel like the Daima starter deck could probably be a little bit better. But we'll kind of see how Vegeta compares to the Daima starter deck. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into it. So we have the Daima Mini. On the front side, he is a standard leader, nothing crazy. Then on his Awakened side, he has an Activate main where once per turn, you pay an energy, and you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. Now, I said in a real early video, like a month and a half ago or so, something like that, that this is a terrible leader effect. But I put that with the exception that it depends on what drops this set and in the starter deck to facilitate this leader effect. If there's a lot of potential, if there's a lot of cost reduction potential in this deck, then you could warrant a little bit that maybe this effect isn't as bad as we make it out to be. We know that in the set 3 meta that blue is able to get up to 7, 8, 9 energy, right? So only paying 1 cost to have this effect would be good, and if you have a lot of stuff that you can play for cheap that minuses cost on board, that's only going to make this guy better. So we'll have to wait as we go through this list and kind of see what comes with this Vegeta, but I mean, it can be an interesting effect, just really depends on what support he gets. So to start, we got a 4-cost Krillin. 30k power, 5k combo, where when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and reduce the cost by 1 for its cost by 1 for the turn. Okay, so it's a Satan City. So Satan City support for set 3 Blue Goku, that's good. You couple that with like the Hercule from set 3. That's what, 3 cost for 6 energy? And then using the field card, you can using the field card to play a Gohan if you're able to cycle the Gohan onto the top of your deck to then, so minusing 3 cost and then 3 or less. I could see that working. The stat line's not bad. 30k, 4 cost with some combo power. While also having a cost reduction when attacking, and this is a sticky card too, so it, like 30,000 power is a little harder to remove, and you do this every turn. Okay, yeah, this is good. I like this. The fact that it's Satan City support, I think it has me elevating it a bit high, probably higher than it probably is. But I think it's important that some of these cards in these starter decks are able to be used in like other decks. So I think this is pretty good, all things considered. Then we got 3 cost Android 18, 20k power, 10k combo. Permanent on your opponent's skill. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, this card gets plus 10,000 power. That's good. A 3 cost, 30k power on your opponent's turn if you have 7 or less in hand. She's 10k combo in hand, and then Self-Awakener at 3. That's a great card. That's really good. This is like some tech that Red was doing in like the first 2 sets. I'm pretty sure there's like a 17 that does exactly this. That's like 20k and goes up to a 30k or something. I can't remember which one, but it was one of the set 1 or set 2 Android 17 had this effect. So having something like this in blue is actually really good. I like this. That's a great card. Then we got Daima Mini Trunks. Again, just another cantrip. I won't go into my rant on cantrips, but it's fine. I mean, he's adorable, so. Then we got the 3-cost Piccolo Mini. 20k power, 10k combo. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and reduce its cost by 1 for the turn. Then, if your opponent has a battle card with a cost of 2 or less, draw 1 card. So, I think this card is good. It's a 3... The stat line is not bad. The on-play effect, I think, is also good. If you're going... Basically, if you are going second... if you're going second, you're probably going to be able to proc this effect because your opponent is only going to be able to play a 3 cost or less going first. So you're basically putting it down to a 2 and you're replacing this guy in hand by doing so. And then obviously if it's a 2 to a 1, you can act, if it's a 2 to a 1 on like turn 4, you can use the leader effect for Vegeta to be able to bottom deck it. This card ain't bad either. I think on curve, this card works a bit better on curve than I think it does in the later match, but I still think it's a fine card. Then we got a 2-cost Bulma Mini, 5k power, 10k combo, where on play, you look at 2 cards from the top of your deck and add 1 card to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of its owner's deck. I like this. I like this. It's basically a scry, pick what you want, and then you're basically scrying ahead, picking what you want, and then whatever you don't need in that turn, you put to the bottom. I don't know if I like the stat line for it. I feel like you could do this at a 1 cost. Maybe put it at a 1 cost, make this a 5k. Basically treat this like a cantrip. I don't know. I think it's okay. It's not like the craziest thing I've seen. I like the potential that this card can have, but I'm not the biggest fan of like the stat line. So all right, then we have the new double striker for this starter deck. 5 cost, 35k power, Vegeta Daima, double strike, and then on play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. Then, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1 card. So, I personally, this is me personally. I feel like the cost reduction and the bottom decking like a 3 cost of is not the biggest detriment. We have a lot of minusing potential that's available in blue currently as we speak. 1 cost Mai being the best one of them all. For this card in particular, for this card specifically, you are probably not playing this card on curve like you would the original double striker. Like I said, the fact that you're able to get up to 6, 7, 8 energy in blue every game, I think really speaks to how this guy's going to be, how you can handle this guy. So on turn 6, you can do the 1 cost Mai and then play this guy to bottom deck a 4 cost, essentially. Which is the exact same effect, essentially, as the other one. You're just playing it later. And then you're replacing him in hand if you're at 7 or fewer cards. So I think each of these double strikers has a place. I think you could do an even 2 and 2 with both the double strikers and play them in tandem together, depending on how you build your deck. The replacing in hand is where I think this guy's got a little bit of a leg up compared to the original double striker, but that's just me. You guys can let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. But at least for me, I don't always run into an issue where I can't minus the cost of something and then bottom deck it with a 4 or 5 cost card. So, but that's just me. I don't run into that issue too often. And I guess that's really dependent on your matchup, but that's neither here nor there. I think this card's great. All right, we got a 1 cost Marin, 5k power, 5k combo. On play, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, look at the top card of your deck and place it at the top or bottom of its owner's deck, and then draw 1 card. So it's a scry. It's a scry that allows you to draw what you play on top, or whatever you have on top. So you can scry a card. If it's something that you need that turn, you can put it back on top and then draw it. And if it's something you don't need, then you can put it at the bottom of your deck and draw the next card that's at the top anyway. It's still draw 1. This ain't a bad card either. I like this. I think it's fine. Then we got, oh my god, Majin Buu Daima, Majin Buu Mini, 2 costs, 20k power, 10k combo. On play, add 1 card from your life to your hand, so a mandatory Self-Awakener. Then look at the top card of your deck and place it at the top or bottom. Okay, so he's a Self-Awakener. He's a mandatory Self-Awakener that allows you to scry your deck. This is good too. I like this. A card like this doesn't need to be crazy. You're using this to facilitate your awakening for the most part, and then you're getting the additional benefit of being able to scry your deck. This is good. I like this. So far, this Daima Vegeta is looking a lot better than Daima Goku. All right, then we got Daima Hercule Mini, 2 costs, 10k power, 10k combo. Blocker, okay. And then on play, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and reduce its cost by 1 for the turn. So he's basically the Satan City Hercule, because he's got the same stat line, right? For the most part, but he's a blocker. You don't have to swing with him, and you're minusing by 1. On curve again on curve. This is great because your turn 2 going second, you're able to play this guy for 2, minus the cost by 1 to bring something down to a 1, and then you can use the leader effect. You can use the leader effect and use the coin if you still have the coin to bottom deck the 1 cost that you just minused. This ain't bad either. Again, stat line's really bad for the blocker skill, but I guess our approach to blocker, I think at this point, I think everybody in the content creation space just kind of complains about blocker for a lot of these like low-end cost cards. So I think our approach to blocker at this point, I think just needs to be that blocker is a secondary ability, and that if you're able to proc it off, great. If not, like, it's not the biggest skin off our back. We have to look at it like the secret rare for set 4, where like you don't lose even if your deck hits 0. Like, that's a secondary effect. Like, we're not relying on that. We're not relying on that effect until like it gets really dire for us. So we have to kind of look at blocker the same way, I guess. This is fine. I think this is a fine card. Then we go to the extra cards. Vegeta's Battle Armor, 1 cost. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and reduce its cost by 1 for the turn. Then, if your leader has Vegeta in its card name, draw a card. Okay, so does this work for... Does this work for the Daima Vegeta? No, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I think there's one where like the brackets at the end here, there's 2 brackets at the end, and I think if it's 2 brackets at the end, then it's specifically like that name. Whereas if it's like this, it's like generic. Yeah, this is good for a 1 cost. Yeah, for 1 cost, you're minusing something on board by 1, and then you're replacing this card in hand. Oh yeah, I'm completely misconstruing it. It has Vegeta in its name, not is Vegeta. Yeah, so yeah, no, this card's great. This card is pretty great. Replacing it in hand and minusing a cost by 1 for 1 energy. That's not bad. Then we got Proud Saiyan. 1 cost, activate battle on your opponent's turn. Your cards that are in a battle get 20,000 power for the battle. Then, if you have 7 or fewer cards, you draw a card. Really? Okay, so it's a 1 cost. It's got the same, like, it's got the same kind of, like, protection that... It's got a similar, like, in terms of stats, a similar protection to Time Rewound in yellow. But if you have 7 or fewer cards, you replace this card in hand for a 1 cost. This is great. What are these starter deck extra cards? The starter deck extra cards are actually pretty good. All right, and then we got some, and then we got reprints in this one too. All right, so we get them. That's good. That's good. Putting these Mi's in the starter deck is actually fantastic. That's a really good inclusion. And that's from the booster box too. So the set 1 Goku, the set 2 Mai, the starter deck Goten, and then the starter deck Videl. I won't hold you guys. I think this Daima Vegeta starter deck is quite a bit better than the Daima Goku one. You have some stuff in here, and a lot of the stuff that's in here can be used in blue and other blue decks. Whereas some of the stuff in the Daima Goku, like, I think you're a little more limited in what you can put in other decks, but like this has some usage. There's some utility in here. In terms of the minusing potential of Vegeta himself, though, I'm still not like 100% sold. We're gonna have to see what's in the actual, we're gonna have to see if there's some extra stuff in the actual set to kind of determine that. But all in all, I think this is actually, like, the starter deck's actually pretty good, I think. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Which of the starter decks do you think is better? Which one are you guys going to be running? I can't speak, so please excuse my French. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys all in the next breakdown video. Peace.